quickly into the short control. Alex and Mopos leading it early on into connector as well. The wraparound instinct might be involved here with the opening kill. Indeed, he does draw first blood, but only that one frag is traded so quickly here.
This is so quick from the T side, and it's allowing ENCE to just get into rotating positions. Snappy playing incredibly passive up towards the dumpster position, seeing that information, but just getting tapped up by Steel, and now the kill's just flying through for the T side.
Dia and Alu, last couple of players left. Alu on the site itself can wrap in to deny the bomb plant. Seeing Mopos tapping his head off his shoulders. Back to a 2v2 we go, but the second player is way too far back, and it's Alu domes the next head. It's all left on Smooya. 1-on-2 situation. Creeping closer in the mid position, knowing that that bomb's been dropped, having no info on where D is playing from, can only guess at Alu's angle. Checking that truck position and gets that headshot in. That could be a decent start, but no, Dia. Yeah, just basic pistols involved and should be easy pickings for the SMGs. The M4's coming up, dealing with two on Alu. Alex and Snappy going back and forth with the rifles and the pistols, and a couple of casualties sustained by ENCE, but nothing major. That AWP of Alu watching back over at the long position, expecting it to be long control, and there is one player facing. The first shot is landed. Smooya, first man out around 3. Tab involved. It's going to rest mostly on Alu to hold the defensive at the 35-second marker. Seeing one shoulder bait, aim too low, looking at the fighter rather than to the bathroom's position. 4 versus 3, and still have the man advantage. The bomb plant can be secure from here.
Yeah, get that bomb down, just try and play out the 3v4, but they've got to get an advantage quickly, and Spinks is already here in rotation. Steel and Alex now have to try and clutch back a 2v4. Spinks gets another kill of the round. Alex now the last one left, spots the first player pushing through that smoke, needs to try and follow up. That's the second, but he needs to see if he can find any more. Doesn't quite happen. A big round from Spinks. That one AK being picked up from Dotto from that last round. Spinks, a little bit of an off angle to deal with the bathrooms. Oh, great shot from Steel, though.
Spinks, Alu unable to get his shots in either. Alex follows suit to the 5v3. That's 2 rifles picked up from Movistar Riders as well.
Having a bit of a late crack and just trying to see if they can find some exit kills up on the site, but they lose even more. What an eco this has been from the T side.
3 casualties, and Dotto and Snappy finally getting out of dodge to save. A half by round going the way of the T's, and maybe Mopos can make it a 4th kill. G is so ready for contact, but they've got to get close range here.
Snappy doesn't really have too much of a bait and switch. Play out from the connector. Oh, that's timed perfectly from the T side. The way that they're able to peek off one another. Spinks gets that trade back out from the bathrooms, but it's still not really good enough for the CT side. And Mopos now on the entry out from Monster. That one player out towards the pillar position, and now for the CTs, they're pretty much just going to have to say from here, it's not worth going for this 2v4.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Once again, ENCE forced back in this position where they have to go for that save up.
Forward out towards the T spawn. Alex. Ooh, might get close to this one. Alu can hear so...
Still going to challenge onto this A side, though, so they've made the right call.
Oh, these AKs can do damage. Snappy's got a great angle. Gets a body tap in. Can't quite convert the kill. And now Spinks has got a strike, but he's not able to do so.
AWP and Smooya continuing to tap on Alu. That last AK being seen. Dotto trying to wrap back in from the dumpster area as Alu falls in bathrooms, and now it leaves it all on the Eagle. Tagged so early in this B defensive. Now to the retake to A. No kit, no utility, and no chance it seems. Does get that one exit, but that's as far as it goes. 3 to the board of Movistar. A pretty decent pickup for them in an eco context. Mopos has got no escape, actually, so this is actually pretty likely they'll win these fights, or at least one player will be able to get the kill shot in, and indeed Alu lands the dome. Dotto's going to grab that weapon, go back to T-spawn and save it, and now Movistar Riders know that the B-stack's in play.
Look for exit kills, but oh my goodness, they've got a second one. This is actually looking quite worrying now for the Movistar Riders that they don't lose anymore. For ENCE, just keep throwing players at this A side.
Uh-oh. They are going to go for this, actually. They're all heavy stacking in. Mac 10 can't spray. Smooya finally gets one good pick back on it. Spinks and Dia get more frags! Oh, no! I can't believe that! ENCE! Shots are going to swing to try and find that kill. Buzz does take some bullets to the shoulder. Alex, however, in with his frag. Movistar up to the man advantage for once in these rounds. ENCE seeming like they're on a bit of a back foot. A lot of connector and short presence, though. They are looking to fight from this position. Movistar, they can walk around it, though. A's relatively open, and Shox is getting more frags.
Dia was just desperate to bring it back to a 4v4 and just gave up an individual duel that wasn't exactly necessary. Snappy's out towards a short position that could try and do some damage out from...
Steel's actually going to go for the wraparound here. Doesn't see that AWP. Did the AWP see him? He actually makes the read. Alu with that frag. Snappy's going to fall back in turn. Now Alu, all that remains, they've opened up the connected presence though. Can he get that bomb carrier to drop? If he does...
You don't want to be running in towards where the AWP is. You might as well just rotate it up towards the A side. You know that you've got enough time to get...
To the monster position. Dotto caught flashed out. Mopoz also going to get flashed out by his own teammates here. A little bit of miscoordination on the utility basis. Alex round to that corner as Dia watches with the AUG. M4 of Dotto swings. Alex gets 1 and 2. Looking for the triple, not quite. Still there to follow it up, however. A 4 versus 2 situation, making it 1 as Spinks also drops. Alu's crept into the site though. Catches that bomb carrier. Mopoz quickly able to respond. So Snappy and Alu on opposite sides of this short control. M4 burst up. Mopoz will be able to go and find the secondary kill as a result. Alu can't get anything with the auto shotgun. Just below that smoke, his feet show, so the spray is good enough to leave 2 standing on the CT side. ENCE losing 1 more in D's part, Smoothie with that simple kill. And Movistar Riders showing a little bit more what they had in the early game. Having a lead now, all 5 alive as well. One of the more confident rounds we've seen.
That smoke to deal with shocks, but just misses the timing.
A shot missed out as well from Spinks' part. So Dotto gonna be joined by a teammate in the grave. Dia sends shocks to go ahead and make it a 3-man party, but Mopoz finds the response back over in the ramp control. 2 left for ENCE, and these rounds have been just absolute decimation. Movistar Riders picking apart ENCE like little flies. At least Snappy can find a response frag of his own right, but there's no A defensive, so this bomb plant comes in so easy here for Movistar.
Retake's got to come through from the CTs, but even for Alex, he should be able to hear the footsteps or at least get the shadow onto the AWP. Peeks out at the right time, and now it just comes down to the in-game leader of Snappy. 1 versus 3 to try and get himself into position, and Alex is still around here towards the top connector. Shouldn't be able to find much, and he's just been re-smoked too.
Nade on. Oh, the tap straight to the head. The bathroom's position and maintaining that control, just looking to have that execution happen. You're right about that smoke, but it's not going on to Dumpster. It's going to Cross instead. Steel tagged up to 12 points of HP. Molotov to force him all away. Smooya watching more position. Spinks gets that kill. Steel gets overwhelmed as well. 1 player left in the back as the mid player gets mopped up. 2v5 for this retake.
This is done. What a round to come through from ENCE. It's quick, it's fast, and they just dome heads. Oh, this is so aggressive from the CTs, but at the same time, it's passive. Like, they've got aggressive positions, but they're not pushing forward of it. Alu with good crosshair placement out towards that long position. Still now trying to look for a 5 or 4 and 4 trade, but it doesn't even happen. Con gets opened up, and for Spinks, like...
Alu behind tree, expecting more CTs to over-aggress, and he's going to get given his wish. Spray through, actually, goes better for Mopoz. He turns that scout into the headshot, and Smooya now looks for one of his own, seeing 1 player in the mid-control at least. Snappy trying to retake the position and fall back out as Mopoz has fallen. Smooya's taken damage. The Eagle of Shock's going to do so much, and Smooya can get tags off, but no frags. 1 on 4 now for him. Secondary chance against Dia also is going to go awry. There's no chance for left to him in this round.
He's just being hunted by all sides and just trying to see if he can find off a pick, but doesn't quite happen. ENCE
spun straight into the site here. The timer is so low. They're still setting up utility here. Smoke's on, Flash is going over, Steel in the corner. Dotto's seen him and will take the frag for it. The AWP is Smooya. A good frag on the bomb carrier could be enough, but no. Overwhelmed by the T-side forces, Snappy burns him alive, and the bomb just about goes down.
This has got to be a save call for the CTs. There's no real way that they can go for this. No kit and no utility. It's not worth it. Maybe see if you can get an exit frag or 2, but 1 pick comes out from Smooya. And for Movistar Riders, they'll have to force back. They could drop a couple of 2 players out from the bathrooms when that molly came in. So they have been able to get a decent idea of where the players from the CTs run out from Monster. At least they get the trade back now.
Awkward smoke from Spinks though, bouncing over to Monster and won't be able to do anything on the site execution itself. Shocks back at the water control. Spinks holding around the pillar, hoping for a swing and a hit. Still moving up with his head ducked down. Spinks wrapping over. There's Dia with the frag. Spinks following up as well. Shock Steel goes falling quickly. Alex with his 2K in this round will not be able to hold a retake. ENCE. Movistar Riders look so thinned out across their line now. ENCE have flanking positions on Steel. Steel ducks down, does catch Nocto at least. Looking for the second player back here, doubles up. All right, that's a 2-for-1 trade. Movistar Riders back in the round.
Beautiful play, and Alex might even be able to find a pick out from long. This is turned around completely after the first pick was found from Dia. The flash over the top to provide some safety from Still to get back into the site. Now, Snappy's been able to slow walk and crouch his way down out towards a grill position, but he's got to be able to find a multi-frag.
AK not seeing the shadow of the player on water, does catch him in the ENCE. That man behind him, and Mopos still gets the frag. All to Alu to win this round, I don't think. He'll try. Exits might be pretty decent, goes for his shots, but being faced in by two M4 Steel will get his triple.
Position, one out from Graffiti.
Dotto entering first, Dia right behind him. Seen one player at jungle, Mopos here at the ramp control. Molotovs and nades coming his way will do some damage. Dotto is the first man to fall. Heavy HP sustained by the CT side, and still Mopos gets away with a kill on spin. Steel has fallen the interim, flashes forward, and Dia returns frag. Snappy bailed out of the sight, but a 3-on-2 still. As Smooya strikes with the AWP back, Alu responds with his own on kill, but Shox knows that bomb's coming in and transfers the spray to the 2K.
Up towards A, and he's doing a good job in doing so. Two players as anchors up towards A and a third player in rotation.
And there's the kill in for the AWP. 2 for nothing trade. Spinks looking to act alongside his teammates. Counter flash is coming in for the CT side, though. Alu's blind and he can't push that support in anymore. Snappy's got to wait with that bomb back. Will now make his way up to the site, but as Spinks goes down, it's a 5v2, and they know that they're at the disadvantage, and a major one of that with 13 seconds. Alu being the last player, knowing that this round is virtually impossible. He will get exits, but to hold on to the weapon is going to be his main concern. They won't even let him get away with that. USP kill for Shock. Out here, the backstab will start to get set up for the CTs, but the main focus is on the defensive. 3 players here. 1 short, 1 sight, 1 back. Steel, Incendiary making a lot of noise. Snappy is allowed a kill, but Smooya responds. Mopos follows suit. Bomb plant will be secured, but Snappy goes down shortly after the fact, leaving it all on Alu. His pick on Mopos is the first in a 1 versus 3 situation. Smoke down on shore. You have got Alex creeping up. Alu going to wait in the midst of that smoke. The AK better make no noise here. He's seen, he's sprayed. He's dead to right. Having a great sense of what's going on right now. 3 rounds in the lead, and now the opening pick. Fall to the favour of Smooya as he catches the Shox is traded though. Dotto takes damage, and Mopos goes falling in trade. So 3-on-3, he did find a kill back on Spinks in that monster position, but the B-site's been cleared out. Will he swing, or will it rest on Alu and Snappy to hold off the defensive? Steel moving up, Alu gets him. Snappy saved by his main man. 2v2. Smooya's AWP wrapping over. Might to try and catch off the Dane. Alex is looking for his way in as well from the short position, but no player is going to get given up the ghost upon. Alex creeps, Smooya sees the gun barrel, knows what to do, get that frag in, now look for Alu back in water. They don't think he's repositioned, and eventually he misses his spray, so the defuse can be stuck, the kill can come back, and it will be map point for Movistar. First man falling, and Shox is happy to fall away. His own right, get back into the defensive, and look at Mopos. He could find 2 kills. He's seen them both burst through. That's 2 doubled up. 2 left for the T side. A good shot from D is connected, but Smooya with the AWP actually doesn't connect to Alu. So a window opportunity brought back. Falling back even more passive, but that might aid him if they make their way out of connector. M4 keeping his eyes on T-Con. Do they make any noise? They don't. Doesn't stop him. Peeking in, leaving it all on Dia. 1v3 at 48 points of HP. Has got an uncontested site itself, so he can get a bomb plant in, but his concern will be the retake.
Get that bomb down and just play it out from there. Still coming in so damn quickly in from behind and forcing Dia to go further back, more passive in towards his bank position. And he's got to be able to isolate the 1 versus 1. First player peeking out from Shox, gets caught off out from the dumpster position, but more util can go down towards his bank position and they can just stick this bomb. Dia's got to swing out to the open, trying to see if he can take the duel to Alex, but it doesn't come through. 16-11 up for Movistar Riders, taking their map pick of Overpass. An impressive showing from them.
Waiting for them to wrap over this USP of Alex, still ready for more. Has seen contact, has seen those pixels, but is unable to land the kill shots. Just damaged under Spinks and Alu. Mopos, Alex's Smooya will take some in return as Alex goes down. Mopos traded by Dotto, and Spinks doubles up to a 3 versus 2. ENCE might have lost that opening pick, but they've gained the execution. Looking solid. The bomb has gone down, but Steel and Shox still want to go for the retake. And Shox leading that charge. Steel's got to be the man that stays in play. He's got the kit on his back. And that bomb being seen out there, taps through the Glock, sees the one, takes it down. Can't get Steel, however, in this round. Tap on the bomb, trying to force out of the peak, thinking he's there at upper. Oh, the P250 for a second. I thought it was going to whiff its shots. In headshot on Spinks. Dotto mapping over. We'll see Steel at least sprayed through, catch one of the Deagle players off guard. The other Deagle, however, doing its damage. Dotto, Alu, and Dia, look at the damage done to these players. 3v4. Yes, it's a man advantage for the ENCE side, but they could be so easily picked apart. One of the scouts have fallen, but there's still 2 left in play. They're watching up on the tops of the train. Shox with the Deagle does get overwhelmed by the automatic weapons, and it all rests on the player back at Old Bomb. Dotto will evade the scout's position. He'll take the frag back on the player top of the trains. Again, got to focus on Ivy and the default plant position. Galil swings, catches Mopos looking the wrong way at the wrong time, and therefore we see a second go the way of it.
See, if he can get as much damage as possible, start really farming up that cash on the D side. Shox has been able to start off with a USP kill.
Alu dealing with the first frag turned around by Alex instead. 2 for 1s. Damage again done to the pistol players, but they're getting away with a man advantage. Alex, secondary pick. Snappy knows that he's low out here to Old Hell. Should be an easy affair to deal with him. Now both pizzas are going to try swing and try and isolate this player. Burst through and Steel finally goes falling, but Alex still left with the AK in play. Versus 2. Unfortunately, doesn't get his third pick. So have the T-sides. That's the right call at the right moment. Shox swinging out a pop dog. If he gets Dotto next, and that might be another kill that they can return to. Dotto's going to hunt the Steel as well, do damage, take more to return. His backside sticking out towards the player coming out of T-Con. Dotto still isolates, gets his secondary frag. So ENCE found those trades, but Smooya able to respond at least.
A boost up from Mopos. You've got to wonder whether the T-side are going to check this position. At least Mopos is providing some safety out from Alex with the AWP, looking to continue to do damage, but they know that he's here. They can swing around. The no-scope comes in now. Alex trying to get a double no-scope coming in from Alex, and the AWP
round against ENCE. They follow up again. They can have a very even standing early on in this game. Steel.
ENCE putting down a heaven wrap smoke, but they've got to commit here, and Mopos has got a good angle to deal with them.
M4 gets his kill in, looks for his next player. Alu will be able to trade it, but Smooya there with a response. Dia now bomb out in the open. Smooya actually doesn't land that flick, but Steel is there to clean up house regardless. Grab that. Rifles ball back in with a lack of utility sets here for the T side. Doesn't stop Alu from getting the AWP pick out of Pop Dog. Serious damage done to Dia as Dotto is fallen in trades. So 4-on-4, and Spinks goes down to Shox as part of things, knowing that Alu's still there and Pop Dog, his teammates are wrapping back around. So long as he drills the attention back, this should be an easy kill for the AUG. Mopos struggles with it, but he maintains the round alongside Alex at Ivy. Snappy all alone. 1-on-3 at the E-box position. The bomb's on his back. Swings back to try and see if he can catch that AWP, but it's not going to happen. ENCE on that back foot still. AWP out here for Alex to get over one with the pistols, but Shox lines up those 2 frags on the AUG. 2 kills found. Dotto trades it actually. 3v3, M4 in his hands, and again, ENCE basically tactical pause now at the pistols in to deal with the rifles, but unfortunately, despite their best efforts, they're still going to fall.
Oh, the bomb can get dropped.
Oh, Shox so ready for this. Spinks falling next. Dia finds a response, but they've got to wrap around and catch Shox, and the CTs know it. They'll make their way in through the apartment, start to wrap around and try to set up the crossfire with him. Smooya's ready with the AWP back over to Ivy Control, expecting there to be T-side presence, but also gets caught off guard, so it'll be a 3-on-2. Shox needs to hold off on Snappy and Dotto here. This M4 trying to disappear through the smoke. Takes the fight. Ivy wins it against Dia. Now gets top of the dumpster. Sees Snappy next. AK lights him up for Mopos. And he gets it together to just keep the round together.
Got to be wary of over-aggression because the T-side are ready for that out from the T-con position. Still, I think he just caught a shoulder, and yeah, certainly did. Looking to try and see if he can follow up. If he drops this bomb, this round is over, and yeah, it is now.
So good on Steel's part in this round. The Go TV is spazzing out. 1v4 for Dotto. With Deagle. Surely shouldn't do anything. Might get an exit frag, but even then, I don't imagine that he will. I mean, they're putting the wall bangs through. They know exactly where he is. If they push out a T-con, I think they'll also grab that bomb control. I think that's where it is. Dotto's going to drop down. Yeah, and Shox there with the easy frag. from the B site into A. D has got a strike on towards at least one player. I think that AWPer is now watching position. Alex indeed gets that kill. Shox drops the bomb, steal follows suit from E-Box. One player left standing in Alu. 1v5 for him to make happen, and he knows as well as everybody else that this is virtually impossible. Mopoz will creep around the back lines. Oh, the AWPer misses its kill as well, and that allows the AK to stay in play to get the 8th and the half for Movistar. Incendiary up, Mopoz, nade at the ready, also to do some damage. Fast rush into the hero, AK half by. Snappy first to fall, good transfer of the spray, but doesn't get a secondary frag. The AWPer Smooya also is unsuccessful. He peeks up from the connected control, still taking damage. Actually, this is a pretty decent setup for ENCE, but with Spinks being low, they have to get a kill, and indeed, Shox will be the casualty in this one. Alu D taking damage. Movistar Riders trying to force forward and get some picks back. They've seen the Achilles heels. Steel moving closer as Smooya gets his pick in. Spinks going to hear those footsteps, swings back, Steel gets that kill pretty easy as Alex deals with Alu, and Dotto is left alone. 1v3 with the AK pick back up for him. 10 frags deep, but peeking in, gets a tap on the AWPer. Not ready for the bomb diffuser though, he can't flick back on that player, and Alex... Shot's got to look the right way at the right time. Flash turned away from him, gets out of pop. Dog Snappy gets left for dead. Shox gets that kill. Spinks can trade it, but Steel responds. His back's turned to T-Con, and that allows Alu a simple frag of his own right. 2v3, Movistar have Mopoz and Smooya this time to defend the A site, and Dotto knows exactly where Mopoz will be. All left of the AWPer Smooya, having a quiet series in this one. Quiet map here on train, 9 frags deep. Gonna get out of dodge though, escape Alu's ire.
A bit of aggression in towards the brown holes coming through from the city side, but a rush out from the A side. Spinks just coming straight out towards that pop dog position, and then continuing to move up towards A.
Sprays back the Shox, hoping for a bit more. Dotto gets his kill in. Mopoz comes into the back lines, so the SMG deals with 2. Shox gets traded, and Mopoz gets found through the smoke, so it's all on Smooya. Now he's absolutely got to go for the clutch. Seeing Alu has dominion over the bomb here, actually. ENCE have left that crucial piece away from him, but counter smokes back. We'll try and see if they can stop him. Nades doing damage, and he grabs that bomb, gets back into the site. We'll get that bomb plant, and I think Smooya... Where does he go about this? How does he go for this retake?
Just wait for that smoke to dissipate. Try and hope that one of the T-side players is just going to push out towards the open, but this is such an impossible clutch in a 1v3. Alu's getting somewhat aggressive towards the front of band red, so there is a chance of getting that first pick. There's another swing coming out from the Olaf position that should be able to trade out the AWPer. Smooya's got a kit in front of him, doesn't have a smoke for the bomb, and Dotto's been able to get in behind him, get that tap through.
As a team here on CT side, Movistar with a pistol round, Mopoz is ready, but Dotto to take first face, but he draws first blood in this half, kicking things off, and this should set the execution now. All T-side players on their way out, but Dia is landing heads on the site itself. Will try to stop them from making their way into the 3 versus 3. Snappy at stop for scene, Steel caught off by Spinks. A sandwich will drop him with that USB, get that kill, and as the bomb gets secured, Alex draws their attention out towards upper blue, and back of blue is where he'll get to. They're backing off from the site, seeing that bomb in the open, trying to suppress the incoming T-side force. Taps through on the P250, doing it damage, keeping them all drawn away from the site itself. Alex seeing so many, but the kills aren't coming in. The tap's good for the first frag. Shox need to get so many more than that, though, and looking the wrong way at the wrong...
Ivy could be the difference maker here from the T-side. They've already pulled so many distractions away from out from Pop and the T-Cob position that the city's attention is just drawn there. No one has any idea about Mopoz.
Alu gets his pick now. Mopoz's chance to strike. He's got to creep slowly to make sure he doesn't give away the information. Indeed, that kill comes in easy. Spinks and Snappy, 2 Deagles left, 1 player being seen. Spinks reveals his position by getting a dome down on Shox. That's a decent frag with a pretty decent eco basis. Spinks hoping to get something out of this, caught by Alex. And Snappy just holding onto that AK. Going into the eco round, they'll have a bonus.
I just want to like spectate Alex, like his deagle kills when it's been the ecos or when it's been these.
I'd like to see that passed off to Dotto, but even he's not got any Kevlar. It's going to be straight eco for everybody here on the CT side. Smooya can win the fight with the Glock, doesn't even need the AWP. Alu needs the deagle though. He does catch Steel, he's had his moments. That's a 4 versus 4, but Shox quickly turns it around against him. Looks for Snappy next to burst through with the AK of the CT side. Doesn't go that well. Leaving it all on Spinks as the last player left of the CT side.
At least it was a bit of a throwaway eco. They had that one saved-in weapon, but there's now a chance that they can go into the rifle round. 1 player falling from Steel, Movistar for the top of green.
Flash in, Dotto ducked down with the M4, burst through on Dia, gets that first frag. Alex and Mopos trade it, 2 for 1. Yes, they're tagged, but they are alive. And Mopos knows as he sees Spinks, the M4 should have been in position, turned away from the wall. Sandwich, it allows Steel the perfect window to get the kill in. And now Snappy, lone player on the bomb site itself, is backed up by Alu at Old Bomb. That AWP peeking into the open. Alex having no idea the CT's up here so close to the default plant position. 20 seconds, the bomb's been dropped, and the T's can't get here that quickly. They're running out of time. Does that kill secure the round here for the CT side? I think it does. Mopos gets the pick back. Alu unknown. I think he was spotted. The bomb can go down now. And the AWP is left to clutch, creeping closer out the E-box, seeing the shadow, getting Mopos, and now Steel's got to play for time. One flash in utility, wallbangs attempted through the E-box. The USP knows that he can win it. Out here, taps through Steel, still wins the fight. 2 kills to his name.
Bracket. Nade's coming in towards that takeoff position. Alex flying out, does get a one-on-one trade early on.
Alu looking to hunt for a frag on the USP. Smoothie Singh goes falling, actually. Shox tagged the 2 points of health thanks to his duel on Snappy, but he has opened up the B site at least, so they can put that bomb into position. Dia is moving up to the Pop Dog angles, and Deagle also dealing with Steel. Okay, this got real interesting. Shox is barely holding himself together. That bomb's been dropped as well. And Mopos swinging back out. There's now an AWP for Alu to play with. He looks back to the site. Dia gets dealt with. Oh no. Movistar Riders might be getting a taste of their own medicine. Shox, 2 HP to clutch a 1v2 situation.
This is near impossible. He's going to have to hit some ridiculous shots or just get some really good timing onto these CT players. Dia has even got the right idea that he's coming up towards his heaven position. Deagle on lock. Shox can't quite get the bullet towards a headshot. An 8th round being won by ENCE, and a beautiful recovery one because that was...
Smokes and Molotovs being thrown back here by the T and CT sides. Damage done to Alex early on. I believe his aggression out of T-Con's trying to draw attention. They've tried for a T-Con exit a couple times. It's been a bit hit and miss in this half, but Alex has made his way in sandwich. Damaged up for it, but could be on to get a kill. Still, meanwhile, gets Snappy. That completely discombobulates the A site. Wraparound, Dotto's going to get caught off by the AK as a result. Good execute, bomb's gone down, and now it's 1 player left in Alu. The kills, so efficient, so easy for Movistar.
They're like flies in the desert, Jay. They're just everywhere. Like, what's going on there? They've run out from T-Con. They've got a couple of players. They've got...
And they're back on the force buy. They're not even going to save for the overtime rifle. I guess probably because they realise that 7 rounds in a row is going to be virtually impossible, if not shockingly difficult. Alex, first frag, tanks at Deagle, shot back at Ivy, knowing that Dotto's out there. Nade's going down to his position as well. Dotto still smoking. And the Glock close, could get overwhelmed by the pistol and Dotto cart. Seeing him at the edge of the smoke, and Dotto actually catches the kill. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but T still acting here towards the A side. They still want to isolate these picks. Dotto back at Ivy, dealt with by Moppers. AK swing, Dia actually finds that pick. 3-on-3 scenario here.
Oh, Alu's found another one, so Mopos is going to have to strike with a little bit more of a follow-up in terms of a multi-kill. Now, he knows there's a player up towards mid-bomb, an important kill onto Dia, but someone's going to have to go back and get that bomb. Timing is everything for Snappy. They should be the kill! Oh, no! The turnaround comes in! Shox, I can't believe he spins like that!
That is the ultimate timing play in this game. Shox! Is he French? I don't think so. He looks like one, though. Alu. The AWPer looking up here from Old Bomb, trying to check the default position. Mopos are held, though. Does Alu check that angle? He doesn't. It's over. 15 to the board of Movistar Riders. Map point, match point for them.
Pretty much straight away up from the sandwich position. He's found a lot of success from this angle.
Mopos that steals the kill away. Dia can follow suit on Steel. The FAMAS upstairs, up in the heaven position. Spinks will get a trade back as Dia ends up dropping. 3-on-3. He's so low. The Deagle and the SMG might be required, and the SMG does come up good. FAMAS caught off. Mopos misses his shot, actually. Escaped there by Spinks. Kill the round, but the AK and the FAMAS completely evade each other. Now they've seen what's going on, and Spinks goes falling for it.
If they can get that bomb down, this is probably where they start to really do in the damage. Dotto and Snappy coming in for the same position, and Smooth is just hoping they don't swing out from Con.
Couldn't hit the shot, couldn't plant the bomb though. The Dotto's real close as well. No scope, tagging. Mopos gets his frag. All to Snappy. His AK in tow. Turns it to a 1v1 against Smooya. And he lands it with a no scope in typical Smooya fashion. 16-8, a 2-0 series. And ENCE out of the qualifier already. What a